By the way, there's a nurse in this story who's like, I think, like kind of being a little flirty towards the main character.
I don't think
Did you get that vibe?
I didn't get flirty.
I didn't get flirty either.
I got the
You're right. She was doing her job.
She was being compassionate and a nice and not a good person.
Exactly, and that gets misconstrued a lot.
And that's hot. Welcome to another episode of Volume 1, the anime and manga podcast, where we review the first volume of a brand new manga each week. My name is Josh Magic Michaels, and today I'm joined by
Megan Monster.
And who are you? Good friend of mine,
Cody Monstar.
Oh,
whoa, he got you.
He did get me. That was good. No, you can't kill me. I'm a monster.
Speaking of Monster, today we're going to be reviewing Volume 1 of Monster, which is a manga picked by Cody. There's an anime adaptation out as well. It's a pretty good story. I have some opinions on it, but we'll save it. We'll
save it for the
We'll
pod.
save it for the pod, exactly. Yeah. A few things we want to mention before we get the episode started, though, is if you haven't joined our Patreon yet, you could do that at patreon.com/volume1. Shout out to Gotchi Reviews, who is our first patron member. Round of applause.
Nights of
Patreon.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can go over there and be a patron as well. The tier lists are very cheap, and one of the things that we offer too is automatic entry into our manga giveaways that we do. And speaking of those, if you won or if you were one of the giveaway winners, we're going to be mailing those out probably after we record this, so you should be getting those soon.
And you guys get a little extra surprise in there.
And maybe down the road we'll start throwing in maybe one of our bathwaters. We won't say who.
It's a surprise. No, it's not labeled. You just have to guess.
Yeah. I like that idea. You have to taste it and guess for yourself.
And if you guess right, you get more bathwater.
You have to cook with it, brush your teeth with it.
You send us videos of you doing all of this.
Yeah.
And we assure you it's the exact person whose bathwater you would want.
Think about.
Yep.
Yeah.
And really, it could be whoever's you want it to be.
That's
you know
the
what I mean?
beauty
That's the
of
beauty
it, too.
of it. Mm-hmm. And speaking of gifts, we got a gift from our patron member. Gotchi Reviews sent us a package all the way from Canada, and we have no idea what the contents of the box are, but we're going to be opening it up for the first time on the podcast at the very end of the episode, so stay tuned for that. We could die. You know,
unboxing, Volume 1 unboxing.
We're an unboxing channel now. Yeah, I do think it's pretty fitting given the subject matter of the manga.
Yeah. Maybe maybe it could be he made it appropriately poison.
Yeah,
appropriately
poisonous candy.
Yeah,
because he knew he had the foresight to see that we would be reviewing Monster,
which is it's a big theme.
Yeah, big theme, dude.
Big theme.
And other than that, thank you guys as always for watching and listening. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to the channel because we have a lot of cool collaborations coming up. Some we're not going to talk about, but the one that's going to be coming up next week is going to be with the Baka Boys. So if you haven't checked out their channel, you can go do that as well. And if you're listening to this instead of watching on YouTube, just go to the YouTube channel and just subscribe. You know what I mean? Like, give us a sub.
Yeah, give us a sub.
Subscribe and then skip. You know, just bail out. You never have to watch it again.
Exactly.
Give us a sub even if you're a dom.
Exactly, dude. And I think all Cody really cares about is getting more subscribers than the other Volume 1 podcast.
We won't say who, but there's there's a mysterious other Volume 1 channel.
Exactly. And all we need to do is beat them. That's really our own goal. The only goal we have.
Yeah, and then we're going to stop production entirely.
Once we climb that mountain, it's just going to be a solid plateau from there.
Exactly. But anyway, let's get into the review today. Like I said, we're reviewing Monster, which is a manga series that came out I wrote it down, 1994 was when the manga was first released. And then they have an anime adaptation that is 74 episodes long that came out in 2004. We all read the very first volume of the series, and Megan actually watched a few episodes of the anime, so we'll be able to compare it as well. But Cody, since you picked this manga out, why don't you hit us with the synopsis?
Okay, I'm going to try to not spoil the thing because I don't like how that synopsis does it, because I feel like most of the issues are building up at that moment. So, okay, a young, aspiring, talented doctor who values the well-being of his patients over his career makes a decision that he thinks is for the greater good morally, but it results in the lives of others and himself being put into danger.
That was
Yes.
pretty good.
Okay.
Yes.
That was pretty good.
I do have the official synopsis pulled up, but I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to read it because it does spoil the entire first volume. This is what I keep saying about synopsis. Why do they do this?
So,
But yeah, you got it pretty much right. I'll read.
if I missed something, try to vaguely throw it in there.
Yeah, it's just the story revolves around Kenzo,
And you're not going to say the full one. You're not going to say the full spoiler.
No.
Okay.
a Japanese surgeon living in Germany whose life enters turmoil after getting himself involved with blank, blank, who is revealed to be a dangerous serial killer.
Blank.
Blank.
And shenanigans ensue.
Yes. The mark of a great synopsis. Okay, so what did you guys expect? What did you guys expect going into this manga? And first of all, Cody, how did you find out about it?
One of my coworkers was telling me this is a really good manga. He gave me the entire synopsis, though.
Yeah. You gave us the entire synopsis.
I did,
dude.
and in the other episode, and I'm genuinely sorry about that.
You know what's crazy though is I read it from a different perspective now. Like I get to view the story from the perspective of knowing where it leads, and so I did read it differently. It was a different experience.
It's sort
for
of
me.
like tension building up. To
Yeah.
it. It's not worse if you know what it is. I just think it's nicer to go in not knowing.
And I didn't know going in because I forgot everything
Because you don't pay
said.
attention.
So it was very enjoyable because I didn't know anything going in. I genuinely forgot. What do you want
that's
from
not
me?
a defense. That's
I smoke a lot of weed and I forget. Okay, guys, it's a thing. I have a really
Cody
bad
turned
memory.
into a little bit of a monster right there for a second.
What did I become? Trump?
Okay, people don't come to this podcast to talk about politics. All right.
Go blue.
But what did you expect, Megan? Then, since you didn't, since you don't listen to anything Cody
No,
said,
it's not. Don't. That's not what I meant.
I'll play it back, dude.
I just forgot
play the
the
clip.
synopsis.
Play the clip.
I really did forget it. I
Yes,
genuinely
yes,
forgot it,
that's
and
what
I didn't.
we're both saying.
It's not that I don't listen to you. I listen. We talk.
We talk sometimes.
No, I expected. I mean, it looked a little bit older, and I was researching a little bit before I read into it. And I should probably read this. I forgot.
Yeah. By the way, old manga, super on brand for Cody.
Oh yeah. I was like, okay, great. But fun fact: Guillermo del Toro was talking about doing a live adaptation in 2013, but it never happened. It was like him and HBO were planning to like do a live adaptation, and then in 2015 he kind of mentioned it again, and then it didn't.
He constantly like wants to do things
And
that
then-
like would be great, and then, for some reason he doesn't have the power to do that.
Yeah, he abandons them. He's just like, I'm going to do this. And it's going to be great. And then he just
Yeah,
like,
it's like,
nope.
That's a great Guillermo del Toro.
That was I didn't see that coming. He can do Pacific Rim and be like, I can't do the voice, but like I built an actual like arena to simulate being in a giant robot, but
Yeah.
he can't get a doctor drama off the ground.
Dude, it would make a great HBO series. This manga would, and it would. I don't think it would make. I don't know why I just spoke like Yoda right now.
I don't know. Are you in your head trying to do the
Baby Yoda.
voice? I'm trying to go through his voice.
I am kind of
You
trying
need
to do
a weapon
it.
that can react and grapple with the monsters.
No,
You
that's
sound Russian.
yeah,
dude.
that's pretty bad.
I can only do a Russian accent.
I want to make no, that was
That was a little French, maybe.
I'm Guillermo del Toro and I want to make
That's better. That's better.
a fun monster. Como se dice monster?
A fun monster movie.
Another one, Hellboy 2
Hellboy 2 but with Max
and Doctor.
and doctors. Guillermo del Toro coming into a pitch meeting and doctors.
That's why he doesn't get any further with his project because the pitch is awful.
No one gets his pitches.
Yeah.
They're like, what are you
I have
Okay.
I have an airplane pitch for you.
I have an airplane pitch for you.
Oh fuck, we're bringing that back. God damn.
Oh my
I
god.
really
But-
can only do an Irish
Yeah.
a Russian
It's
accent.
it's pretty alarming when you do it too. I don't know why.
Because it's like I would betray this country. If
Are you a spy?
If the Russians came for me, I'd be like, oh, no, I'm Russian this whole
I am
time.
one of you. Don't shoot me.
I am Russian.
That's more like Borat.
Yeah, dude, you're all over the place right now. Dude, I don't know where you're at. Dude.
I'm bad at impressions. I can only be me.
Wow,
Aww.
dude, what a cop out, huh?
Yeah,
Anyway.
yeah, totally.
So that's interesting. I didn't know that Guillermo del Toro wanted to make this a movie. It would make a great movie. It'd make a great HBO series.
He also keeps saying every couple of years, oh, I'm going to do a At the Mountain of Madness movie.
And Battle Angel Alita, James Cameron did that movie, I think, right?
Yeah.
That movie was, and Robert Rodriguez, that movie was in production for years. They talked about making that movie for like 10 years. I don't know why making manga into movies is so fucking hard for Hollywood.
Because they probably like test it. Like, I don't know why it wouldn't just be like a comic book. Like, why would they not just be like, okay, this is the same type of thing. Like, we took characters that no one knew about. Like, who the fucked with Iron Man before the Avengers? Like, all those movies came out. Like, he wasn't like a huge.
It was not very popular.
Yeah, he was not very popular at all. And then they made him into that. So I definitely, when I read that, I was like, oh shit! Like, this is the start of, I feel like, because Sony, not to be too off topic, but Sony just bought Crunchyroll.
Oh shit, for real?
Yeah. So like, I don't know what that's like. We're gonna see a whole new shit. I don't know.
That's fucking crazy. Hopefully they update their fucking UI because it's fucking terrible.
We'll see if we finally get a movie based on manga that has like an Asian main character.
That too, they could whitewash it and cast fucking. Who would they cast to play the main
No, they would
character?
cast like Jaden Smith. That's,
they're gonna whitewash.
They
the
don't.
fuck
They
out
don't.
of it.
Yeah, they either whitewash it or they have like.
They're just gonna take the stories. Like,
Yeah.
there's stories that don't have like Japanese culture in them.
Yeah.
They're gonna take those and make them into.
Because Hollywood will be damned.
Yeah.
If another culture comes in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the guy with the fish eyes? What's his name? Michael.
Bay?
No, not Michael Bay, dude. I don't know. He's like that white dude, Michael something Landon. Is that his name? That's not his name. He's an actor. He was in Shape of Water. He was like Michael Shannon. Michael Shannon. Michael Shannon could play the Doctor if they wanted to whitewash it, but they shouldn't whitewash it. I don't know why I'm pitching them.
But realistically, yeah, they will.
Yeah, I don't know why I shouldn't be pitching them white actors. Cast Jaden Smith in the monster adaptation. Yeah, so you read that, and what did you expect going into it? Did you read a synopsis, or did you just...
I didn't, so I didn't know what was going to happen, and honestly, yeah, reading it, I thought it was... I texted you all, I was like, 16 chapters, buckle in, because it's a long one, and I'm at chapter 14, and I look, and it's only 8 chapters to the first volume, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah, and this is another series where those chapters were long.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were that long.
Really? I think we've been reading Chainsaw Man, and those are semi-short chapters, and we've been reading
Although
other
I
things.
will be honest, it probably helps that anytime they start going the medical like words, I just my mind was like,
yes.
Yeah.
I would just scan it for like, cardiac, okay,
Dude,
can I tell
first
you-
volume, monster,
okay.
more like doctor.
Yeah, dude,
like,
I can do surgery now.
Yeah, no, yeah, I don't need to know how many cc's. I don't need to fucking know what. I don't.
That's why the going into this, it's like it's really just a doctor drama.
It is totally.
Which it was good, but it's like it took me a while to like adjust to that because it's just
with a title like Monster right off the bat, you're like, where.
The monster,
Where's the monster?
is the person inside of us all that values money over ethics.
It's the medical field.
That was really bad.
It's a medical.
Just have my back once.
That was really good.
Thank you.
Well, but you're right, dude. I kept glazing over all the medical
Yeah.
jargon. I was like, I feel like I could perform surgery now. What infuriated me the most, though, and I don't know if it bothered you at all or if you noticed it, but they're using all these fancy medical terms, and then one of the nurses says, there's a patient in the ICU, and they have to have an editor's note and explain to us what the ICU is.
Yeah, which is intensive care.
Yeah.
Okay, good, because I understood everything else. But what's an ICU?
Yeah, good thing they cleared up the ICU thing. I was really worried there for a second. I wasn't going to be able to follow the story.
Yeah. Get back to the surgery. You gotta
the
cross
fact
that artery.
So funny. He's mid-surgery. They're like, we need you in the other. Like, no,
Yeah.
that is not a thing. They're
yeah,
not interrupting surgery to tell you to
Yeah.
go to another surgery room. There's so many. You have to clean the room. You have to get. It's hilarious.
Yeah, he gets like taken out mid-surgery. Like, we'll have someone else cover your shift.
Yeah.
We got it.
It's like when a
it.
server comes in. And they're like,
Exactly.
is it okay if they replace you? Yeah, that's fine. And they're like, okay, well, this is the other surgeon. He's not nearly as good.
He walks in. He's like, "I'll be taking care of you guys. Josh just left.
Yeah.
If you need anything, I'm gonna be helping you guys out tnight. Okay?
Yeah, all I really care
How's your
about is
anesthesia?
fucking,
Are you good?
Yeah, all I really care about is being a doctor so I can fuck as many women as I possibly can.
Which-
And
that's
not me. I'm not saying me. I'm not saying me. That's what one of the characters in the fucking manga said. Don't look at me like that. You guys have been planting this fucking seed in people's heads, and it's not fucking true. I'm an ally.
Josh, not only have we not planted this seed, you have been watering it and giving it sunshine for a long time
Singing
now.
to it, playing music for it.
You read that they grow faster when they hear a certain type of music. You learned how to play that type of
R&B
music.
music. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You knew. You actually knew.
Yeah. If you want to grow your love flower, play it R&B. Grow your love flower.
Is that a metaphor or is that...
I don't know. I just made it up.
Josh, put down the shovel. Just put it down.
There's a character in the manga who wants to be a doctor so he could fuck women.
Yeah,
okay?
it's Becker.
I don't know if we're thinking of the same character.
It's Dr. Becker.
Dr. Becker?
Yeah.
Fuck that fool.
Yeah, fuck that fool. He's fucking
And
wild.
the Beckers and
Sleazy.
Deckers are a famous rival clan.
Yeah, they all sound like
Yeah.
peckers to me, you know?
They're like, you have Dr.
Your favorite
Becker?
thing?
Good luck. Pecker?
You know what, dude? I don't know. You know, I'm not gonna. This is a different episode. Okay, I'm not gonna let Cody get to me this episode. All right, I'm gonna be very nice to you, and I'm gonna laugh when you make fun
you know
of me.
what? I'm gonna be nice to you then, you son of a bitch.
You fucking idiot. Dude, I'm gonna be so fucking
You
nice.
goddamn
to you.
idiot. Okay, let's
Oh my
fucking go.
God.
All right, let's go. Let's
All
see who
right.
can be nicer.
No, okay.
Deal.
Well, naturally, it'll be you because you're better at things.
Oh well, you're pretty fucking great at everything you
Wow.
do. So I'm pretty sure you'll surprise yourself.
So if you guys are being nice to each other, I can be mean to both of you more now.
Oh,
Right?
100%.
Like,
Oh, no, yeah, no.
No,
I'm on,
yeah.
I'm on your side.
Okay.
Josh, you're on Cody's side.
Just for
The
one
tables
episode.
have turned.
Yeah.
This story started off with the classic thing of he's the best of the best nailing surgery. He does it, and I get it's not its fault, but it's like I saw this in Doctor Strange, and I completely get that this did it before that. But I mean, if you're looking for a vibe, that I would imagine he's playing smooth jazz while he's like doing the surgery. They're like,
Yeah.
never before have we had such a good doctor. He goes to his girlfriend, and they're just in love, and I'm like, the classic beginning
Yeah.
to either this guy's gonna find a manic pixie dream girl or his life will fall apart.
Yeah, you know what else though is kind of interesting about it too is they play it as because you're right. It starts like Doctor Strange and Cody. Fix your fucking microphone, dude.
Josh, we're being nice to each other.
God damn it! You're right. Fuck. Okay, point Cody.
Point. Should I keep tallies?
Yeah,
Yes,
keep tallies.
Okay.
Keep tallies, and every time I'm I slip up, let me know. I need to catch myself.
Okay.
Anyway, they do start it like he's just put it back in
You
the
slipped
thing.
up. You slipped up. You slipped up, Josh.
What?
It doesn't tighten.
It doesn't tighten. You got to tighten the other thing on the bottom. That thing. Oh, is it already pretty tight? Okay, Cody. Oh yeah, this is dead hair, huh? This is dead hair. Anyway, yeah. What's kind of funny about it is
Thank you.
I forgot what I was gonna say, dude.
What's
but
funny was
is basically he's a doctor and he has everything. He's a perfect.
He's the best goddamn surgeon in this side of
yeah.
Germany. The
But-
east side, actually. Right?
It is the east side.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what is different about it, I guess, is that
this side of the Berlin Wall.
this side of the Berlin Wall. Wall.
the Berlin Law.
And that
Berlin
was
Law.
a perfectly understandable slip up of language to have.
You know what, Cody? I really appreciate you being
Point.
supportive, and I'm glad that you fixed your microphone. I knew you had it in you.
Wow.
The game
this is refreshing.
continues.
Anyway, let's move on. I don't know what I was saying. But yeah, go ahead, Cody. So it starts off, and it is similar to Doctor Strange in that way, but people were also comparing it to Death Note a little bit. Not necessarily as of now,
We
but
both did the head tilt
yeah.
of no.
but I don't think it's comparable to Death Note in Volume 1, but I can see it progressing in Volume 2 and so on and so forth, becoming more Death
in
Note-y.
the cat and mouse mouse sense.
Man, we can't fucking talk today, dude.
The cat and mouse sense. I wrote down. It reminded me kind of like not at all. Like Death Note was like erased. Like
It was a better
There's like
version
a-
of Erased.
Yeah.
you feel that vibe of
Yeah.
like kids involved and like a murderer and then like
Yeah, and I can't wait till someone gets chased to the roof of that building.
Exactly. You know it's coming too. I did get Erased vibes, but I do think I'll say it right now that I think this one was handled way better than Erased. It was paced better. There was more drama. The stakes I felt like were higher. Although
it's took a long time to get there.
Yeah.
Like just a lot of medical talk, a lot of as I said, Monster more like Doctor. It was like a Doctor manga.
It's a lot of establishing this guy. In a
lot of that,
and he goes through like a thing. I thought, okay, that's now he's getting a thing, but then something else happens, so it sort of like starts over again.
Yeah,
with like because his life does change, but he lives that way for a long time, and then it changes again.
It's like just like we don't need to see every surgery that he's done. Just say he's gonna go into surgery for this. Oh, we need to call you out for the mayor, whatever the fuck. If you're saying he's the top surgeon, we're gonna believe you. You don't have to show it. Every fucking time he goes in the operation table.
Yeah.
You don't have to, you could say, oh, we'll believe it. We'll totally believe it. And then we could just go from there and, fucking the hierarchy of the medical field, like we believe it. Like, well, we will take it in. But it just took so long to get to the fucking meat of the story. And it was just too much.
It is, interesting though that they didn't have just one scene where everyone is fine with that, where you have one scene where oh, he's a really good doctor because he did that one with no problem, and people go, oh, you're the best doctor. But then they established for a long time, and I was like, okay, this guy is a very talented and skilled doctor. I mean, given his background that I am now deeply aware of, yes, he's risen to the top. And I mean, clearly none of the other doctors could have handled that surgery as well.
Yeah, no one in the hospital is even able to do any surgery. Yeah. Like, let him fucking die.
It's everybody else's first day on the job, and this guy's fucking killing it, dude. So for everybody who doesn't know, basically what happens is this guy who's a young, talented doctor works for this hospital that is a very political hospital, right?
And that's it's like, okay, maybe medical stuff works that way in Germany.
No,
because I'm like, that definitely does not happen here, right? I mean, I don't watch the news, but
that definitely happens.
I feel like it would, that 100%
does that happen here?
More here than it would in Germany. They have like free healthcare or whatever the fuck.
Well, just so to be clear to anybody who's listening or watching, they are saving people based on their status. So if a poor family comes in and they require surgery, if someone else like the mayor or anybody far more important, there's an opera singer. If anybody else comes in there, they automatically give them priority because saving that person's life will bring them more publicity, more positive,
Yeah, now that you've said that out loud, that is absolutely what happens here.
That has to happen,
they just don't. Yeah, we just don't go. This is the only thing that's like exposed that someone's making that decision. I mean, obviously, if a celebrity gets in a car accident, he gets priority. That's what happened with Kanye West, right?
I don't know. I mean, but I do believe it though. I do believe that if fucking Maria from the bodega, if she gets wheeled into the ER, and at the same time that Kanye does, like they're saving Kanye. I mean, that sucks, but they're saving Kanye.
That is, I mean, it seemed fake at first, and he's like, oh no, it's just never been laid out to me that way before.
Yeah, because you got to think about it. Like a hospital requires funding, and I'm sure funding, are hospitals, do they operate in that way where if you get in an accident, you're like, oh, wheel me to West Memorial because that's where they took care of fucking, I don't know, who do you care about?
No.
You?
Man, he's winning.
Yeah, winning. Cody's like, he's like 3 and you're like probably 2. Yeah. No, you fucked up that one time, so I think you're back to 1.
Okay, we'll call it 1 to 3 right now, and then, we'll go from there because I believe everything Cody says.
Okay, 3 to 2 now.
The game continues.
But I believe 100% because hospitals require funding.
Well, yeah, like if a famous person gets injured, it's like, oh, they're being taken to this hospital. Like that, they get taken to the nicer. They're not going to go to the nearest hospital if it's like not as good.
Or it's just the rooms too. Like you get like a bigger room. Like if you pay more, I guess. I mean, our healthcare system is just super fucked up in general. But that's why I was like, in Germany, I don't know if there's like a hierarchy. Like obviously they're.
But it's also Germany in I think it's in the 80s, right? Is when this takes place.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, because they're still talking about the wall.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not like things were going super great.
That could be 2020 America. They could be talking about.
Is that shit still gonna be like a thing?
Hopefully not anymore. But anyway, yeah. But what I was saying as well is I don't think that it's too far fetched to say that exists. I also don't know if people care. Like, do people care where, like, do me and you, like, if me and you fucking break a leg, we're gonna go wherever we can go. Why are all doctors at all hospitals not equally as good at their job? Why is one hospital just full of good doctors? That's what it always feels like to me.
Well, because the good doctors get sent to the good facilities and becomes like
a thing.
Vicious.
It's not like community college where it's like I used to teach at USC and now
And
I teach here. That's not like it's not. They don't do that with doctors.
It's
like I
also-
go to USC and I'm gonna go to the best hospital.
It's also like how Harvard, it's like a degree from a community college should be the same as a degree from Harvard because like you've learned the same thing.
It's not. You could pay more money.
Then that's
Yeah.
the thing. A degree from Harvard means it's a social thing because it means you had rich family members to like pay in, which means like, oh, if we bring you in, that automatically comes with the prestige of you like being here. That's what a degree from Harvard proves to people.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, education. It's not like you can know this thing more. Like if you both pass the same criteria to know it, this right?
Yeah. It makes sense when you say it out loud. They're both like you're both educated in the medical field, but Harvard just has a better reputation and a better name, I guess. And so that's what led me to believe. And I had never really thought about it until I read this series, but it makes me believe that this is 100% happening, that there are hospitals that are prioritizing more famous or people who can benefit them, whether they're politicians or whether they're celebrities or whatever. But anyway.
Yeah, and yeah, it's not like we'll hear about the people that didn't
Exactly.
get treatment.
Exactly.
Yeah, so yeah, it's
Because they don't have enough followers on Instagram.
Yeah, like I wrote,
Whose fault is that, huh?
I drew the girlfriend, and she was like, "Not all people's lives are equal."
Oh my god.
And I was like, "Oh."
I like how like they were still in their happy stage of like let's stay. Oh, you forgot to. I'm waking you. It was super cute at first, where she's like, normally the princess is supposed to be woken up, but she like wakes him up and they talk about their future. And as you know, I'm the daughter of the head of the hospital. And
Yeah,
this series really took its time setting this dude's life up and making it as hard and well as good and then as sticky and messy as it possibly could be, right? He's dating the daughter of the head of the hospital. He's being used. His theses or thesi, that's not the plural of that word.
No,
I just couldn't resist saying it. But his theses are being stolen by that doctor. He's ghostwriting all his papers for him. They're basically using him as a face for the hospital, and they're taking all the. They're not even using him as a face. They're taking all the credit.
Yeah, the head of the board is using his work to be able to build up his own status. That he says, well, I'll be in exchange for you doing that, I'll raise your status up. So he's like fine with it, but it is like you are being used. But he's like, but I mean, he's playing the political game of doctors.
Yeah,
which
Cody,
it turns out is a lot more political than I.
Yeah.
thought.
I just want to say that's very insightful, and I really admire your just the way your mind works.
3 to 3.
Okay, bullseye.
But also, what's funny is that guy Becker, who we talked about, the other doctor who's in it for the women. Becker is telling him, you got to figure out how to play this game, right? You got to figure out how to like play chess, okay? Because everybody else is playing chess.
I like that. Yeah, he seems like scummy at first, but he is like, I mean, you are playing this game. You're dating the.
I mean, he is a little scummy.
Yeah,
in general.
but he's not a bad person.
Yeah,
he's just like. You are look. Everyone knows if you're dating the daughter. Obviously, that gives you more prestige. He's saying it like a scumbag, but it's like he's right.
and he even turns around and tells him like, "Look, man." He says it twice. He's like, "Look, man, I'm not trying to be an asshole, dude. I'm just telling you how it is, you know."
Yeah, and he's like, I just want to save people's lives because I'm a doctor. And the guy's like, no, there's more to that.
But I like how that's not his intention out of the gate, right? Like he's not a guy who is. He's not like your typical manga protagonist where that's like his goal and he's repeating it since the very beginning of the series. He's fine. In the beginning of the series, he's kind of okay with having this guy take his work. He's kind of okay with working for this hospital because he comes from a small family. And so he's just honored. He's just honored to be a part of a bigger hospital. So it doesn't start with him preaching to everybody, all I care about is saving lives. It becomes that, and you get to see it become that because of that.
We see how often he cares about, and I just want because on his date with his girlfriend, where she says that line, which is like,
not all people's lives are equal.
that like sets like that's like he's actually like thrown off by that, and he's actually like what are you talking
You're
about?
Yeah.
evil.
Yeah.
Like, she straight up just says with a smile on her face. She's like,
And the panel is her like holding a wine glass. You can
Yeah.
see her fur coat. Yeah.
I just wrote rich bitch. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, daddy got connections.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because that scene where there's this, poor family and the mom and the son are in the waiting room crying, and they're mad at the guy because he got pulled out of her husband's surgery to help the opera singer, right? Which, by the way, I don't think that's how that works, right?
It definitely does not. That does not happen.
Yeah, no, you just
They're
gotta
not-
you gotta, okay, I left the veins here, and then that's it. So all you gotta do is finish that up. All right, I gotta go.
Like,
I gotta
there's no
split.
way people are coming. You can't even come in and out of a surgery room because of the germs. Like, there's no way people are just busting in. Hey, you guys want any coffee? Like, that's not how it works. It's hilarious.
Hey,
that
it's
they do
break
that.
time. Let's wrap this
Yeah,
up, guys.
yeah.
come
5
on,
more
guys.
minutes. You good? Okay.
I could never imagine doing that because he's traumatized, obviously, by this woman cornering him and saying, like, you could have saved him. You're the best surgeon, in this whole entire hospital.
He came in first.
Yeah.
I saw that. Then the opera, she knew.
Yeah.
Yeah, this woman had all the information. I don't know where she got it from.
Give me my husband back.
Yeah, she
I don't know if
probably
that was
did.
Turkish.
She probably did sound a little bit like that.
She was like Turkish.
yeah,
She was around that
area.
They said
General
Turkish woman.
area.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was crazy though because after that he went out with his girlfriend at the time and told her all about it, which I can't imagine that. I can't imagine like being a doctor and then going to dinner afterwards. Like that sounds so crazy.
Yeah,
to me.
I wrote being like a doctor is like one of the crazy, like being a surgeon, like a heart surgeon, neurosurgeon, like brain, like it's so insane because you're just like, I could fuck up very easily and this is like not my life and I could just be like, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You're sorry. It's like your job, like your 9 to 5 fucking job, and you have to go home and then wake up and save more people's fucking lives. It's so much stress.
Yeah, because it's like you mess up at being a server or a driver. You're like, yeah, my bad.
There's no repercussions.
But it's like,
Yeah.
sorry, there were complications, which means I like twitched a little, and they're dead.
Yeah, dude, I've had server dreams where when I used to work as a waiter, I would wake up in the middle of the night and go like, oh, fuck, I never brought that person their refill. Imagine doing that as a surgeon, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I could have saved him. It would have been really easy if I would have just...
It's like the mistakes you make are almost the same, but like the stakes are just different. Because there's like stories where it's like, oh, the doctor left their watch inside a patient.
Yeah.
Which is the same like vibe as like, fuck, I forgot to...
My apron or something.
I forgot to take my watch off.
It's so funny because we do it all the time, and it is a job, right? Like
Yeah.
it is at the end of the day a job that they have to go clock into, and at least this guy is sleep deprived too. He's constantly getting
yeah.
woken up in the middle of the night and being pulled into all these surgeries on no sleep.
And that's where I'm like, can't you
Yeah.
can't you say no as a doctor?
I'm pretty sure like that's kind of like a hazard. Like you're not going to be driving like, big machinery. Like you're going to be driving like semi trucks like half awake. I don't know if they would allow you.
Yeah,
to,
I don't know if it's
do
like
that.
wake up, we need you to perform neurosurgery. It's like, okay, just give me a second. Let me...
Well, he's in a weird position because he's like the only, capable doctor or surgeon in the whole hospital. Becker doesn't care.
Yeah.
I don't know. Becker just kills people left and right. They're like, I like that scene when they're like, oh yeah, that Turkish guy, he had Becker. So
Yeah.
it's like, what
Yeah.
the fuck does that mean?
Yeah,
Becker's-
stop letting Becker do surgery. Stop.
Yeah, because someone is the worst at their job at every job, right?
Oh, yeah.
That includes doctors.
Yeah. And it's like people, I mean, you get arrested for like plastic surgeons get arrested sometimes because, complications go wrong and someone can die from exploded implants in a plane.
Yeah. I'm not a doctor.
Imagine you're in a plane, your boobs just explode.
That's the next Genji Ito manga that's coming out.
That would fucking suck.
I'm not a doctor, but I think this series was like it was a nice peek into what the life of a doctor could potentially be. I'm sure there's some things that are romanticized, but
There's politics in every job. There's politics if you have an office job where you're just pretending to work for like an hour.
you're just on Reddit all day.
Yeah. There's politics delivering sandwiches.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't there be politics being a doctor?
Yeah.
Because in my head, it's like you're a doctor, that's it. But yeah, I mean, there's other things to do once you become a doctor.
It was very interesting. If I'm gonna watch doctors, I'll watch Scrubs because that's all I need.
Yeah, Scrubs is great.
Scrubs is great. But honestly, like I'm not gonna read a manga about doctors. I mean, it was that in the very beginning. Like the first volume is like mainly heavily on that, so I wasn't expecting that. I didn't necessarily like all that, but I do like the setup and I appreciate the setup.
I couldn't
I
agree more.
definitely would have preferred watching this first volume.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think what Megan said is perfect. I didn't need all the doctor talk, but I did appreciate everything that they showed me character-wise, all the moments it took leading up to this point. But I didn't need the artery,
Every
this
detail.
B217
Just
cc's.
my eyes just glaze past it, and I'm like, I hope they don't ask me questions about this. There's no way they can be. What did you think about the artery surgery? I'm like, dude, I saw that there was a heart there. I'm like, yep, that's surgery happening. Okay, people are talking about stuff again.
Yeah.
Oh, how was that neurovascular?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just
Yeah, literally so
Paragraphs.
panel after
Paragraphs.
and it was a lot of words, very wordy.
Yeah.
Every panel had a lot of words on it. You had to really pay attention, and you black out, and then you're like, oh, they're talking again. Yeah, okay, the girlfriend. Oh, yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But it was a genuine doctor story for the first volume.
Yeah.
And then it turns into something else entirely. Then it turns into like a murder mystery at some point.
On that note, should be because so he's living this life where he's like, okay, he's like kind of okay with this stuff, and he's entering the political world of becoming a doctor, and he was like face to face with someone who like their loved one died because of the politics of being a doctor, and that's when he sort of has like it starts haunting him.
Yeah.
So is this the point where we would put a spoiler line down? Because now it's not just a doctor story.
Well, I think
How much
we can
farther?
say
We could go
a
farther.
little bit farther.
Okay.
I'll say he's put in because of the Turkish woman and the opera singer. He's put into another situation after that where twins are the only survivors of two dead parents who are also politicians, I believe. Right?
Yeah, they're politicians from another country or from
No,
the
they're
other
from
side.
the West.
From the west side.
Right.
They escaped from the West, and I think they're in the
Right,
east
they're like
side.
hiding in
They're like
Germany.
Yeah.
refugees or something like that, but also like high class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the youngest or the boy twin was shot in the head, and the girl twin is silent and she's in shock and she's not saying anything. So he's going to start operating on the boy when they run in to pull him out again and tell him that the mayor is also suffering from some sort of cardiac arrest or something. I'm assuming everything is just called cardiac something.
This one wasn't mid-surgery though. This was like he was on his way to go do it. And
He had like set up and everything.
Yeah, and they're like, actually, we're going to send you here. And then he has his moment of like, no, they came in first. I shouldn't give anyone special treatment. They get priority because they were here first, and that should be the end of it.
Yeah.
And also children, I just feel like should have priority.
Also,
over
they're
adults.
children who got shot in the
It's
head.
Yeah,
so-
So it's like you have more life to live than this person.
It's
I think
so
that's how
funny.
you should.
It's so funny you say that children should have priority. This is a very quick story, but it has to do with children, and it has to do with an emergency room. When I was like 22, I was in my drinking days. Okay, I was at a party and I got stabbed in the hand. All right, I got stabbed in the hand.
I think I remember this.
Yeah. Do you have a
Yeah.
scar?
Yeah, you can't really see it.
Oh,
but-
no, that's noticeable.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it gives you
Wow.
character.
Oh, thanks, Cody. You know what I've never
4
noticed?
for 3.
You know what I've never noticed? Those glasses really do bring out your eyes, and they're new, and I like that.
4 for 4. Are you gonna keep them?
I'm going to look at new glasses.
God damn it.
God damn it, Cody. Every time we say you look amazing, which you always do, you're always, you're too hard on yourself. I just need to change my tone. You're just
Yeah.
too hard on yourself, dude.
And like
Be
I helped you pick
confident.
those out. And
Yeah.
you're just gonna trade them away like they mean nothing?
They're big frames.
Cody, you're beautiful. So I'm in the emergency room, right, in the ER, and I have a cut, basically a deep cut on my hand.
Yeah.
And so I'm in the room waiting, and my friend is keeping me company because it's like gonna be an hour, 2 hour plus wait.
So you're just bleeding out.
Yeah, so my hand is just bleeding.
Jesus.
I had like tried to like super glue it closed, so it was
You're
like dry glue all
insane.
over it. Yeah, dry glue all over it everywhere. So we're waiting. in the-
Dried. Oh, yeah. No,
Yeah.
no, that's a legitimate thing.
Oh,
That's
thank you,
not.
Cody.
Yeah, no, crazy glue. They would use that, like duct tape and crazy glue, because it's like
Yeah.
that's gonna seal up the wound. It's waterproof. Like it's in an emergency. That's one of the best options.
I can't tell you how many dudes I've worked in worked
in.
You got 1 point away though.
But it was
for-
worth it, dude. It was worth it.
So it's 5 for 4 now.
I even paused, like, wait, that's all right. How many dudes I've worked with who've cut themselves in the kitchen and just put super glue on it right away?
Yeah.
to
So
close it up.
you said guys.
Yeah, how
See
many
how
guys
women are
could-
not doing that.
Wait, I'm sure there's some badass chefs that are women out there.
No,
doing
Megan's
It's
this.
not
right,
a badass.
there's no
Don't put a
badass.
badass. It's no badass. Just take care of your wounds properly. There's no need to put super glue on them.
What are you talking? No,
There's
'cause-
no. Do not put super. Go to a doctor and stop the bleeding properly.
fine.
Or be a cool
Clean
guy.
it. No cool guy. No crazy. No.
No, dude. I like working in the dish pit where it's
Oh
like,
my god.
yeah, you would get like burns
dish
because it's like
You make it sound like it's a fucking.
if you've been
Arena.
a dishwasher, it's definitely an arena. If you've never been a dishwasher, you have no idea. Those burns do not go away. I like all my coworkers would just scars all over us because it's like, oh, turns out that pan was fresh,
Yeah.
and you're just, oh, I'm burned for life now.
Yeah.
I get
And-
burned all the time too.
Yeah. And no one tells you. No one tells you that it's a
do
fucking.
the ovens with the baking.
Well, put a mitt on.
I obviously use mitts, but I would like
Yeah.
Oh.
Point is, if you get a cut, you seal it with super glue.
Yes. Okay. So
Thank you
continue.
for agreeing.
No. Fuck. I'm not on the. Okay. Go.
Okay, so I'm in the ER. There's a little girl who's also waiting in the ER, but she has a bandage wrapped around her entire head, and she has a big, like, there's blood on the top of her head.
Is
And
she crying?
She's not crying, but
she
she
lost
looks,
too much blood. She's
Yeah.
just like,
She looks very sad and kind of out of it, and the blood is like soaking this bandage that's around her head. And my friend is like staring at this little girl, right? And he's like, if they fucking call you before that little girl, you better tell them to take her first. You better tell them.
Yeah.
Because she looks fucked up. she looks like she might not make it.
yeah, no, kids don't have as much blood as.
I loved the scene in my head was like you're just staring at this girl and she's like bleeding and her mother's like worried and the doctor opens her and he goes, "Who's next?" You go, "Me, I'm next."
Or Josh is just like they meet eyes and he's like, "We're in the same boat, huh?"
Dude, I
You
mean,
too?
you guys aren't far off, dude, because the doctor did come out and he was like, all right, next is going to be Josh, and my friend looks at me like, here's the moment, dude, don't fuck this up, do the right thing. And I looked at him and I was like, but my hand really hurts. And they're fine. She's fine, okay?
No, okay,
I don't-
wait.
it's
End
not
the
like the
story. Did
patient
you
can-
go in?
Yeah, I went in.
You fucking did
I mean,
it.
honestly, it's not like you as a patient gets to decide who the doctor takes. Like that, it's like that's.
No, I think that even if you were like, take her first, or like, we already filled out your paperwork,
Yeah.
you're already in. It's,
Or they...
But that makes it also you could have at least pretended.
Right,
You
right,
could have
yeah, if
done-
you knew that they
you
weren't
could
gonna
have
take
done
her.
the gesture of like,
Dude, that's insane. How many people before her went in?
I don't know. I mean, I went in and
Oh.
got my
you
problem
went in,
solved.
you got your Band-Aid.
So many people else in the fucking emergency room were just like, "Fuck, I should probably let her go first." I'm like, "Oh,
Bro,
just
dude,
don't let her
did,
go first."
I did feel like everybody was looking at me, dude, because I just had something on my hand, so it didn't look like anything was really wrong with me. But
You're like,
also, the doctors, when you go there, they assess the damage and they put you on a priority list based on what they in there for, and
Do
they
they?
know. Yeah, they like that's
They have
why.
to. That has
Yeah.
to be. a
I've
thing.
never really had to go to the emergency room.
Because if I
Really?
go in with a cut on my hand and Cody comes in with his fucking leg chopped off, they're gonna put Cody.
Oh, I thought you knew that I had a broken leg. I
Oh.
had to go to a free clinic when I broke my leg as a 4-year-old.
And they put you based on like what your pain level. Ask you what your pain level is, and then they'll just like depending on.
Yeah,
like,
they asked her how are you feeling. She goes, okay, fine. That's good.
okay, that's a 1, maybe.
She's like, okay, you're feeling good, better.
All right. She's making noises.
You want a lollipop? She's like,
drooling.
She's fine.
It's just funny. It reminded me of that when you said that children should get priority. I still see that little girl in my dreams sometimes.
yeah, no, I'm surprised she didn't haunt you or something, because
She's alive though.
you don't know that.
I don't know that.
You don't know that
you just,
for sure.
you just, oh, that's the lie you have to tell yourself.
You
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know that.
Yeah. Anyway, but the doctor in this series is put in a similar situation where he's choosing between a child and a mayor who's probably a corrupt mayor he's definitely looks corrupt. You know, a lot of people have curly eyebrows in this series too.
Yeah, they're really
lot of
scary
evil-looking
people.
fellas.
It's an interesting combo of it being realistic, but then like the people that are supposed to be bad are really caricatured. caricatures?
Yeah. They're like caricatures of an evil. They're
Yeah.
an archetype of what an evil person would look like. They all look like fat Jafars.
And yeah, so, I mean, this guy has to be like, I'm clearly making the best decision. It's between a politician and a child who got shot in the head. I don't know what the mayor had. What happened to the mayor?
I think he had like a brain hemorrhage or
Something
either
like
like a heart attack or something.
I think it did have something to do with brain hemorrhage. I think you're right.
Oh yeah, because of fluids.
Yeah. And anyway, he's in the situation and he chooses the kid, and I think that's probably where we can draw the spoiler line.
That's a perfect spoiler line.
You think so?
Now
It's spoiler time.
My name is Guillermo del
My
Toro.
name is Guillermo del Toro, and I'm here to do spoiler time.
Yeah,
good.
that was really
Thank
good.
you. No, you know that one a video game with
Dr. Mario.
Norman Reedus with a baby?
Dr. Mario.
Oh, Death Stranding.
Death Stranding, like they have a character that like literally is, they don't say it's Guillermo del Toro, but it's like Guillermo fucking del Toro.
He did the voice and the motion.
And he's like,
capture.
hello, what's that? And that's why I was
We have
like,
to take care of the baby.
Yeah, he's like, the BB.
The baby.
I like that Cody said Dr. Mario. That's so funny to me.
Thank you.
I like Dr. Mario. I respect him.
I
don't
Cody.
get. I don't like Dr. Mario because I don't get it. It's like you can just give him whatever job. Like,
PhD, power up HD. I don't know what the other HD.
Yeah, I don't know what PhD
You went in
stands
with
for.
no plan. You were just like, something will happen here. I'm gonna talk and something.
It came out.
PhD, more like. She had no idea what she was going to.
Too right.
I said power up.
Too true, Megan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Too true.
power up
Too
covers
true.
the P.
Up
Piranha
in-
plant.
No, it's PhD.
Yeah, PhD piranha plants. PPHD.
PhD.
Plumbers. He uses a hammer at one point.
Oh yeah.
Plumbers, hammers,
Dinosaurs.
dinosaurs.
Yoshi's a dinosaur. Yoshi's a dinosaur.
Yoshi's a Koopa.
No,
right?
he's not. No,
Isn't he like a type of Koopa?
No, Koopas are turtles, right? That's their.
I think Koopas are turtles and Fupas are mushrooms.
Are they called Foopas?
No, they're not called Fupas. You know, but come on. Koopa, Fupa, it's the same shit.
Koopa means something. I don't
I
quite remember
You know
what
what
it
it
means.
Would you like me to refresh your memory, Cody?
Fat
Upper
pussy,
Yeah, that's it.
area.
Area.
That's what that means?
Yeah.
Okay, because I've only seen that in text and stuff, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I just like move on.
Yeah. When someone is, a little bit overweight, nothing wrong with that, no one's body shaming anybody over
Yeah,
here.
it's just a term.
And they have a lot, you know what I mean? And it kind of like, and they wear those like joggers or something, or those yoga pants, and you can see they
Men have it too.
Men have it too.
Fat over penis area.
Yeah, dude. It's real.
That's insane that people just
It's a
talk
medical
like
term.
that.
It's a medical term.
Yeah. I'm surprised this wasn't in the manga. It's all fucking
So, yeah, the
medical
choice
science.
is between like performing brain surgery on a child or taking care of the mayor's fupa. And
Yeah. And he chooses to take care of the child, and that's where Guillermo del Toro walks in and says,
I'm going to
pitch a new movie. And it's,
monsters and the doctors and then surgery and the
yeah. And then he said, spoiler time, and it's a whole thing.
and the fupa.
it was a very weird chapter.
Yeah.
Kind of felt out of place.
Didn't really match the rest of the vibe, but I liked it.
That's my favorite part.
Yeah.
It was the first time I've seen a cameo happen in a manga.
No, it's not.
No,
we saw
it's
Trump
not.
in Pumpkin Night.
Oh yeah.
What in the Hillary emails?
Yeah, what in the Hillary's emails?
Oh God.
And then, spoiler, Megan's Guillermo del Toro spoiler time sound was an indication that now we're going to talk about some
And
things.
if this got you to watch it, do that and find this out for yourself. If you already did it or you don't really care, now you would listen.
Yeah, because it's kind of a. I was gonna ball buster.
These events is an experience you should probably have on your own.
Yes.
Yeah, great way to say it. And but if you're still here, then let's talk about what happened after that.
So
because,
then he's an alien.
yeah,
And I thought that came out of nowhere.
it made sense to me. I just want to see how that.
Stop. I was like,
You
what,
saw,
did I read
you
the-
saw that coming.
You know what, Cody? There's no absolute way I could have foreseen that, and I appreciate having friends that surround me that call me out on things like that.
Wow. How many points are we doing?
I don't know.
It's like 6 for 4 now.
Yeah, first one to 69. gets to.
Jesus, that's
Gets
too many.
to. Me and you are the only ones playing.
Yeah, whoever loses wins. That's the,
Yeah.
It's a win-win.
It's a win-win. But you get to pick whether you want to be the 6 or the 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's yeah, I guess that matters.
It's subtle, but it does matter.
It does matter.
It does matter. It does matter. Oh, okay. So now, hence the joke we made at the beginning of the podcast. Now people start dropping like flies. Okay, all of a sudden, all these other doctors. Oh, we should mention too that he betrayed the main doctors or the head of the hospital's orders.
The director ordered him to do surgery on the mayor. He said, like, no, I'm going to do the morally right thing. Politics be damned. I'm going to perform surgery on the kid. And he saves his life, and everyone is super stoked for about 2 panels.
Yeah. And then everything comes crashing down all at once. He gets his title stripped from him. He's in the
bitchiest way possible, where they go to the doctor party.
Yeah. Also, the mayor dies.
Oh, the mayor.
That's the main thing. Like, if he was alive, it really wouldn't matter. But like, I was probably fucking Becker doing the fucking surgery.
Becker probably was in the. He's like, I don't even know what do doctors even do. Huh?
It was like, because you couldn't make it, we had 2 other doctors do it, and they could. And it's like, so the two doctors couldn't do the job that they were like, you definitely could have done this.
It's
And it's like,
we called in Becker and Becker's brother to come in, and
we had to have his deadbeat brother come in to help hold the veins in place.
No, he straight up is like late to the surgery. They're like, Becker, what the fuck? Like, why are you late? And he's like, sorry.
Like, he's probably banging one of the nurses. Like, you
Yeah.
could just
He
do
wishes.
that. You could
Yeah,
just
he
do
does
that
wish.
as a doctor. You could just be like, oh, sorry, I was gone for like 20 minutes. Like, is there like surgery you should be doing?
Yeah. Also, by the way, there's a nurse in this story who's like, I think, like kind of being a little flirty towards the main character.
I don't
Did
think
you
it's.
get that vibe?
I didn't get flirty.
I didn't get flirty either.
I got the. I mean, I hope that something happens with him because
Yeah.
I want him to be happy. But
You're right. She was doing her job.
she was being compassionate and a nice and not a good person.
Exactly, and that gets misconstrued a lot.
And that's hot.
Yeah. And if anyone does that to you, that means.
Cody, I just want to say you've been extra supportive and nice.
And there's your proof.
It's in the pudding.
It's in the fupa.
It's in the fupa. It's in the chocolate pudding.
He doesn't like the word.
But yeah, Megan, good call. The mayor does die, and that's why it's important to
And
say
then
that.
they go to the big doctor ball
Yeah.
where he's like, oh, hey, I'm sorry I didn't do the thing I was supposed to. And he goes, you know what? It's fine. Water under the bridge. Now we need our lead surgeon to give a speech. And he goes, excuse me, I gotta go. He goes, oh, not you.
Yeah, he goes, not you, idiot. Or whatever. And he's just
yeah.
like, what? And then there's some other fucking guy up there like,
This asshole.
Yeah.
dude, that was pretty rough.
Yeah.
His whole life.
Let's give a hand to the 2 doctors that tried their hardest to save the mayor and failed.
Yeah, let's not give them a round of applause. They shouldn't even be at that party. They should be contemplating
Their career choice.
career choice. Should not
2
be
of
a
you.
doctor.
Yeah.
2 of you, and then the one guy that's like decades younger, and it's like you couldn't even compare to him.
Yeah. And then after that, his fiance or
Fiance.
Yeah,
his
she's
fiance
like,
leaves
oh,
him
hey.
like a cartoon character. She flips on him on a dime.
Yeah, she's like, oh, hey, where are we going? He's like, oh, I got, bad news. And she's like, oh. Just
throws the wedding
Yeah.
ring, and then she already had another dude meeting her there. Like,
Yeah, and that dude was not cute.
he was
He was an older man that was
Old-ass
not
man.
cute, and he's like the head of the fucking doctors now. So she's like, I gotta get good with him. But like that shouldn't even matter. Obviously, it didn't matter to him. It wasn't that. She was not that essential to the hierarchy of.
That's why I like that they established that he was already sort of like thrown off by her like sense of morals like early.
Yeah.
Because then it's like when it happened, he's not like, how could you? I mean, I think about.
Yeah, she was like the nicest person in the world, and then she's just like, bye.
Yeah.
Wouldn't make sense.
I think it was already dawning on him that she was that kind of person.
Yeah.
It was just in the most dramatic way. She immediately drops the ring. Already had another dude waiting. It's like, okay,
Yeah,
I
he's
know
like,
she's a bad
oh,
person,
welcome
but
to the party. You look really nice.
Yeah.
Everyone just like slams the door in front
And
of him.
Yeah.
and my favorite thing This is my favorite moment.
What?
Is after the party, he's all fucked up. He's all sad. He goes back to the hospital to vent to the little boy who is in a
that
coma.
Was cute though.
No, it wasn't.
That was cute though.
Yeah, I've just been having a lot of problems lately. My fiance just left me, and the kid's just like,
Yeah, he
Like,
has
why
a
is
tube
he-
in his mouth.
like,
See?
why is he?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Why is he going to the hospital to vent to this little boy? He
Yeah.
has no one else to talk to.
He's like, you're such a great listener. Yeah,
I figured since you're on a ventilator already,
oh my
I could vent
God.
to
I
you.
could vent.
Oh, that was good.
Cody, you're funny, dude.
I'm high-fiving myself.
I thought it was kind of cute though because he had nobody else to go to at that point. He literally everybody at Becker's, you know.
It is weird how I guess he just doesn't have friends.
He just goes to the hospital to.
Well, no, that makes sense because he moved from Japan to Germany where he knew nobody.
Okay, then yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, then it does make sense that the closest people to him would be his patients.
exactly.
But
dude.
what he wouldn't. He doesn't want to talk to a person who could respond back or
Well,
give
who
him
does?
emotional support. Mm-hmm.
Cody, you should talk to people. I'm always there for you.
Well, obviously I know that.
Off of one, Cody.
No.
It was nice. It was nice.
seemed like it was mean.
The tone.
No, but
the
it
tone
was
is
the tone.
important.
It seemed like it was mean.
But it was
That's-
almost like he's saying like it's mean. It's almost like he's offended that I would think that he assumed that I wasn't going to be there for him. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's the. You can take half.
Okay,
a
I'm
point
not.
off.
I'm not going to give you a point for that.
I don't get a point, but I don't lose a point.
Okay,
either.
fine. You don't get a point, but you lose a point. So
Okay.
it's 5 and 6.
Okay. And then what happens after that? He so he's talking to the kid, and then everybody starts dropping like flies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, doesn't
Kinda.
he passes out in an alley? That's the
Oh,
end.
yeah.
That's the end of his binge. Because this was a very shitty night for him.
There he goes.
Yeah.
I want everyone to be dead.
If everyone would just be murdered, that would,
I just want people to die. And then he's like, ugh. And then he wakes up. Everyone's dead.
Yeah. And that's why that moment is important too, when he's talking to the kid in the coma and he's having that conversation with them.
Yeah, and we forgot to mention too that like as they're talking about, oh, that guy's out. I don't want him in the case
Oh,
anymore,
yeah,
or
'cause
like involved with the child anymore. I don't want his face on this coverage or whatever.
'Cause now
they're stealing candy from a kid in a coma. Like
Yeah.
so funny. I was like, it's
Like-
easier than stealing candy from a kid
that
in a
was-
coma.
Comatose baby.
Yeah.
that was a really nice scene because they realized like, oh, we could spin this. You know, we're taking care of two teens. That's a tearjerker. They're talking like movie directors.
Yeah, no, totally.
And you know, how do we handle this scene? And it's like, okay, well, we want them to meet, and well, the head doctor says that wouldn't be good for either one. They should stay in care. He's like, well, who's the head doctor? That guy that fucked everything up. Okay, well, just
He's out.
Remove him from the thing.
He's
and
out.
Look at all this candy that's being sent to him.
Yeah.
I say we just do this, right, boys? And he eats some sort of gumball. He
Yeah.
starts handing it out, and they all laugh as they eat candy. I'm like,
That is one of the questions I have though, because at that point, the I don't know if this.
Go ahead.
What?
Go ahead. It's so funny.
What happened?
no, it's because at one point I went to high five you, didn't notice.
Oh, I'm
so
sorry.
I went like this, and then I was like mid hand talk, and you're like, and I wanted to say, so I was like,
I like this one where like the girl cosplayers like take pictures with guys and they're like going for the heart
Heart.
and they're just like doing like a high five or like a peace sign instead or like a pound. It's really funny. Sorry.
You just hit it.
Anyway, yeah, like that part. Like, is he alive? Like, how, because they get poisoned by the candy.
Yeah.
That's what happens. But
Yeah.
is the kid because he's the one?
well, the kid couldn't eat the candy.
No, but how did they get poisoned?
How did
Who poisoned the candy?
Yeah,
Who
so-
poisoned the candy?
The idea, you know, down the road would be that someone was sending this kid candy
To kill him.
to kill him because he's a political.
Right.
That was the subject of assassination that got interrupted. So
But-
No,
they were
but
just-
it wasn't.
But it's funny though because
We're in spoiler.
Well, yeah, but like, let's build.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you should be sorry.
Cody.
Hey, that's not nice.
She's not in on the game.
Oh, you're right. Go ahead.
Fuck
I
you.
don't.
Pile on, Megan.
I was kidding.
He does have that moment later on where
No.
because basically when Cody pitched this series the first time, the hook I thought was a lot more interesting than what the actual synopsis is, because I get how that could be a little boring, like, oh, it's about a doctor who decides morally that he wants to protect people instead of fucking, messing in politics or whatever. I think that the initial hook was a doctor is in a moral dilemma where he has to choose to save the lives of two people. He saves the life of a little boy, but that little boy grows up to be a serial killer, and now he has to live with that. Right? But I only say that because you're right. Later on in the series, he does come back and say to the doctor, my throat's making noises.
I thought that was.
No, it's not always me.
Guillermo del Toro.
No, it's not me. It's doctors and.
He does come back and he does tell him, like, I'm glad I got to repay you the way you got to repay me by saving my life, I guess.
I mean, like, he really did him a favor.
Yeah.
Which they like objectively came out on top from that, because like after he dies, and he's assumed to be like one of the people responsible because he like benefited from the. Is that when we're introduced to the police?
Oh my God! Yes.
And this is the police guy who's like, I'm assuming you did it. I'm like, I don't know if you get to talk to people that way. And he like every time the guy talks, he like does a little hand things like this. He's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm entering into my brain. I'm entering the thing." And that's like, man, you better be good at your job.
This is my strong hand.
If you just do that and you're just wrong.
Why does every detective need a little quirk too? Why does every detective have to do this like charming little have this charming little tick all the time?
Because they're just cops.
The reality is
interesting.
Yeah, they need to be cute.
The reality is it's some guy
Quirky.
being like, that guy?
Yeah, dude. He's eccentric, so he must be good at his job.
Yeah, he's very serious, and he's like, I think you did it. And he's like, okay. I have to go perform surgery now at the hospital I work at. And his partner's always like, he always has an alibi for these. And the guy's like, just like a suspicious person would have an alibi to prove they were innocent. And they're like, he's loved by this hospital, and everyone really loves how compassionate he is. They're like,
He's like, he would say that.
Yeah.
He's like playing the piano.
Let me enter cataloging these thoughts. And he's like, why do you do that? Oh, have you quit smoking yet? He's like, you remember that?
That was what when I was reading that chapter in front of you guys, that's what I was laughing at, because the guy is playing, he says two things. He's like, I'm playing the information I received like keys on a piano, and I'm downloading all the information into my mental hard drive. I read it like this: I'm downloading all the information into my mental hard drive.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he has an interaction with that guy, and he's like, I must have quit smoking, huh? And he does freak out.
Huh?
He's like, how did you know?
What?
I listen to you. I'm not a detective.
That guy just lives in a world where no one remembers, no one listens to him.
But he also remembers another time, I think, too, of this guy's face, right? And he's just like, yeah, I knew you. You helped me out this year. And he's just like, what?
Yeah.
We worked together. He's like, how could you?
He's like, he's like,
insane.
You were the one who solved the boat case. He's like, oh my God, how did you know? He works with you. Okay? He has access to the same files you have access to.
I am blown away anytime anyone remembers me. Like,
are you a detective?
Yeah.
No, Cody, I just care about you. What?
No, I went back to my my dentist when the ones who found my my thing.
Yeah.
It was like almost a year ago. Yeah, it was like over a year ago, and they're like, "Oh, you're back." I'm like, that's because like people come in all the time. Like that's weird to me that they would remember me.
Well, I mean, you did have a huge cancerous mass, I think.
I think that's pretty memorable.
But that has to happen a lot. I don't know.
I don't.
Do you get remembered often?
No.
Really?
You do.
No.
You had a guy that murdered someone, right?
What?
No, he went to. No, he went to jail.
He went to jail. Yeah, he remembered me for different reasons. No. Not really. No. I mean, sometimes if I'm like loud, I'm a loud person. So yeah, but what?
Huh? No,
I have people remember me all the time. By the
I
way,
get remembered
guys.
for my strength. And
right.
And
your
like
kindness, your heart,
grappling ability.
Oh, that's a weird thing. That's not what I was going to say at all. I was going a completely different direction. But okay,
strength and grapple,
my fearlessness,
endurance,
just stuff like
Power.
that. Yeah, usually like they remember me for that reason.
Yeah.
But not like day to day.
right.
One of my proudest moments, I got like my car broke down and I got to tow a truck, and the guy we talked about. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm having kids soon." I'm like, "Yeah, I can't play video games anymore." I'm like, "Yeah, that's why I'm getting all in as much as I can." and we talked. And then like 2 years later, like my cousin who I was living with, she got towed home, and the guy was like, "Oh, do you know Cody?"
That's just weird.
That was one of my proudest
Yeah,
moments.
why was he talking to you about having kids?
I'm surprisingly open with strangers.
And that's one of my favorite.
I
things
talk
about
to I talk to everyone the same, which means it's either off-putting or you like it. So I'll have a full conversation with
And
a
that's
random
not true.
person.
Once you become a dad, you don't have to give up video games.
And I won't.
My dad definitely did not give up video games.
And he's a great dad.
And he taught me how to play video games. So
Yeah.
that's how you have a
yeah.
good kid.
Yeah,
Video games is the key.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
And video games have nothing to do with this series. I was looking for a segue. Speaking of video games, they have nothing to do with this
Well,
story.
speaking of video games, Dr. Mario Doctors.
Oh,
Wow,
fuck
dude.
yeah. Speaking of video games, Dr. Mario, Guillermo del Toro.
Hellboy.
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 Hellboy,
You go to
like-
hell if you kill people.
People dying, deaths, hospitals like where Dr. Mario works at,
I went back
Yeah.
to Dr. Mario.
Yeah.
video games, Fallout.
Mm-hmm.
No.
We're playing Fallout.
Skip Fallout.
Now,
No.
the,
Fallout.
the fallout of the surgery that happened was he got promoted because everyone else was killed. Boom.
He walks off. He leaves the podcast forever.
That was good, actually.
Cody, come back, Cody. Yeah, so that everything that Cody said is what happens, right? He gets
Yes.
promoted.
Fallout, Dr.
Everything. He gets promoted, and then they do like a little bit of a time. Obviously the doctors die. Everybody dies. He gets promoted.
And everyone's like,
there's a
"That's-
time skip.
oh,
Kind
that's
of.
things really worked out for you, huh?" And then it's 9 years.
Yeah, 9
Yeah.
years later.
And
The
he's
span.
he's just doing surgeries, just being like, it's not, yeah.
Yeah.
He sees like his partner, that guy is like still like, you should really start dating more.
Yeah.
And he starts like being concerned for that guy's like social well-being.
Yeah.
Like it isn't, he's not being like a scumbag. He's like, you should start dating. And it's
Well,
yeah.
he's like, start dating just to fuck.
Yeah, you should fuck as many bitches as
Yeah,
you
that's
can.
what it is. Like, you're the head of surgery. Every woman is lining down the
Yeah,
street
yeah.
for you. And he wants to be like his wingman so he could also get some. But we all know Becker's not
But
getting any.
he does genuinely wingman him with no implication that he says like, oh, and then this will help me. He's like, I
Yeah.
set you up on a date.
Mhm.
And that's the end of it. He's not like, and now you can like hook me.
That's true. No, he is trying to be.
I think you
set
don't
him up.
understand bros.
I guess not.
You don't understand the brotherhood of men.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Welcome to Bros 101,
Okay, I'm
our
ready.
spin-off podcast.
Let
Bros
me-
Volume 1.
Let me get my.
Bros Volume 1.
Let me get my pen and paper. Okay. What's the
You're
first,
not ready. You're not ready.
What's the
to do
first
that.
lesson?
First lesson is write this down.
Oh.
First lesson is bros before hoes.
Then that, it seems simple, but it's very complicated to truly understand the meaning of it.
Yes.
And that can't be reversed in any capacity.
You can also say boys over LaCroix. You can also say that.
You could, but no one
That's
should
sadder.
because it's a drink people
Yeah.
enjoy.
Yeah, but the point is boys over anything, right?
Yeah.
That's and I think
in your case, that's what boys over
Men over-
everything. Okay, got it.
no, don't write that down.
Bros
Don't write down the boy part.
for Josh.
No. Erase that. Erase that.
I'll underline it.
No, that's not.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
she'll underline it so she remembers to erase it later.
No, I underline it so I can keep it.
Oh, no, I
Oh,
tried to
he
give you
give you a good out.
I don't want out.
I want you to sit in this. You started there.
What did you write?
That's what I wrote. Bros for Josh.
Bros for Josh.
What?
Oh, yeah, okay. I thought you were going to just write fuck you guys or something.
Fuck Cody and Josh.
Okay, we should wrap up this review. So
Oh, shit,
basically,
okay.
yeah, it's before we go too long because we still have a box to open, and hopefully there's no poisonous candy in it. Time skip 9 years later, right?
He's a
There's-
doctor, living the doctor stuff.
Yeah.
And basically where a story could start off.
Yeah, no, honestly. Yeah, no, it's insane. I would have rather it be there than
He-
when it was. To an extent.
He meets with his ex, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, things didn't work. It was my fault. I've failed this relationship, and now I want things to work out again." And he's like,
Nah.
He goes, bye, bitch. Boom, 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 boom,
Bye,
boom,
bitch.
boom, 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 boom.
Bye,
And
bitch.
he walks away. He just
Yeah.
stands up and just goes bye. He doesn't give any explanation. He just goes, we're done.
Yeah, we're done. And then the kooky detective comes back.
It's like, I still,
God.
I've only not solved one case. And he's like, okay, good luck with that.
Good, nice,
It's like,
thanks.
I like how it doesn't even occur to him that like he's still being, he just acts like the guy's like, yeah, I'm still deeply involved in this case 9 years ago. It's like, oh, that's crazy. Let me know how it goes.
Yeah, I don't care.
No one cares.
Yeah, stop talking about it.
They were poisoned.
It was a terrorist attack. Let's just chalk it up to that.
It wasn't meant for them. It was clearly meant for the child. It was candy. They ate candy that wasn't theirs.
Yeah.
Everyone can figure out what happened.
Yeah, it doesn't take a genius detective to figure it out. Okay.
And also, only one case you've never solved. There has to be missing people.
Yeah. This guy was probably my least favorite character.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
It's
No.
interesting that you're just going to work.
Yeah.
You're doing your job. Oh, I'm sensing a little bit of bullshit, and I'm not even a detective.
You know who saves people? Someone who kills people sometimes, maybe.
Oh, that's deep, dude.
Yeah.
That is deep.
It
It's a
definitely
doctor.
makes sense.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense. But yeah, he comes back. There's this other guy that's now thrown into the equation, this criminal who is running from somebody, right? He's thought to be the lead suspect in this new case.
He's always found around the location
Yeah.
where a series of murders are starting to happen of childless couples go dying.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's on
Childless couples.
he's on the run, and he jumps in front of a car, gets sent to the hospital with our main character, and the detective meets him, tells him, hey, this guy has to live because he's a criminal, but he has a lot of information. So he has to survive, so we get this information. He survives. They end up having like a heart-to-heart, the doctor and this criminal end up
Yeah,
having
they like
a
sit
heart-to-heart.
down. They see kites flying. And
Yeah.
they're like, I always wanted clocks. That's why I got into thievery, because my parents wanted to get me one. I just wanted a clock so
That was kind
bad.
of sweet.
And and you're like, yeah, it's just nice seeing people just enter lives of crime sometimes.
Yeah, if you're gonna be a thief, have a sweet backstory.
Yeah.
That's what I always say.
And and I mean, the problem is, I'm like, you could have just bought that as an adult. You're a grown man.
Yeah,
You can buy that now.
Yeah.
Which the doctor's solution is like, oh, I'll buy him that clock
Yeah.
he's always wanted, which is nice. But again, this is an
He
adult.
definitely did need to do that, though.
He
He definitely didn't need to buy this
Was not
criminal
necessary.
patient
Yeah.
clock.
Yeah.
Also, he still has to be in that hospital for a while, so he's just gonna like hold that clock.
He
and
has
he's gonna be
nothing.
extremely aware of the time now and
Yeah.
how slow it's passing.
he has nothing. He has no friends, so his patients are kind of his friends. They allude
Yeah.
to that.
And that same nurse who, like, when he was like, oh, I'm gonna just quit this hospital gig because this sucks, everyone was like, please don't leave, don't let what the other people are saying, we all like you here. And that nurse was like, please stay. And then later on you see her like flying a kite with one of her patients. He fixes a kite, does not get accused of pedophilia, unlike Erased.
Oh yeah. Erased
Yeah.
was full of pedophilic vibes.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
That's
And gets the guy the clock,
yeah.
goes back to give the guy the clock. The guy's not there. And he runs into the street to find this man and finds this man somewhere.
Oh, because he goes missing from him?
He's missing. He goes missing from the hospital.
I forgot.
He starts he goes back.
Oh, okay, because he goes to visit him, and the police that was in charge of guarding him is dead.
Are dead. Yeah.
And the guy is missing, so he sees someone running down the field. He's like, I gotta go get.
Yeah. He goes and gets him. He's confronted underneath some sort of underpass or a bridge, and the guy's on his knees crying, freaking out. There's a shadowy figure, and the criminal's calling him the monster. The monster's going to get us. The monster's going to get us. And then the dialogue starts to happen where the monster, who's covered by shadow, is explaining very ominously. I think the criminal even knew too, because he's like, you can't look at his face. He'll kill you too. Also, you don't need to see who this is, kind of thing. I think there was something along
You don't need to be here for this.
Yeah.
He'll kill you if you see his face. There's nothing you can do at this point.
Yeah.
And he's even like, what do you? If you kill him, that's later when he like realizes like,
Yeah.
oh, I know who you are, and he's like, if you kill him, I'll be a witness. It's like, that doesn't only have one bullet in it. It's a gun.
It's a gun.
One
It's a
bullet.
gun.
And the classic villain monologue starts. Well, why it was the whole spiel.
And then
Yes,
it's-
murders. My thing.
Murder.
And he's like, he doesn't care if people live or die. And it's I'm like, a lot of people view that way. He's like, he's an inhuman monster.
Yeah, no, I did. Yeah, there's
also
no.
that's the definition of a murderer. I feel like
it's just
someone who
murderer.
doesn't-
It should be called murderer, not monster.
Yeah.
Also, like, you're in the middle of like a civil war with like West and East. Like, this has to not be that. Like, this is not it's the Mike Myers issue of, not the actor. It's the Mike Myers issue of he's the most evil child in the world. Like, he killed 2 people, yeah, but there's a lot worse things happening
in real life.
Yeah, he's killing them with candy. It's not the worst way to go out.
It's one of the best ways.
yeah. It's not like he's like, bashing their heads in and cutting up their guts or anything. He's just
That's a great point.
He just keeps offering people candy.
Yeah, and it's just they take it, obviously.
Yeah, there's worse ways to go for sure. But and then it's revealed that dun dun dun, he is the kid that was shot in the head and the doctor chose to save.
Dang.
And then it kind of ends there. They have this back and forth. You saved me. You're like a father to me. I have you to thank. You're the one who asked. You're the one who said you wanted those people dead 9 years ago. So that's why I was like,
I delivered.
throwing it back to Megan what she said, because I do think he had something to do with it. The candy not being meant for him, not for the detectives or the doctors, and they stole it and ate it and died.
That's where it's a little confusing, because like he was being sent candy while he was being treated, though, so it's not like unless he ordered it
he implied like he implied the older version of himself implied that he had something to do with it.
Yeah, he might have, because I remember at the end of, I don't know if that's the end of their conversation when they're talking about, we should have like a photo op of like the brother and the sister. I think that's when he wakes up, or maybe he was awake for a while, and then he poisoned the candy as
right. Right.
Yeah, and it enters this enters theory world, because I don't know anything past this point. I will finish the series later, but I mean, the sister was walking around freely.
So yeah, I got to to a major, another plot point with the sister and everything, so it's pretty cool.
So you've read ahead.
Yeah, I read to like volume. Yeah, accidentally. I'm like volume 14, like mid volume 14.
Volume or
chapter. Sorry, excuse me.
So
yeah.
Does this because the cover I saw was where he's like got long hair and a beard going, and he's like he's got a trench coat holding a gun, and I'm like, oh, does this stop becoming about being a doctor and more about hunting someone down?
I think so, because now he's kind of like on the run. I don't want to give like anything else away, but he's kind of like on the run from his day-to-day life because something happened where the brother's involved, and it's pretty cool. I like where it's at right now.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't really get too doctory again, because it's really going into a place that it's not that.
I really would hate if after the climax of that he goes like, oh, I gotta go back to work now. Okay, the patient is having
another day, another dollar.
No. So I'm excited. It's pretty good, actually.
Yeah,
I'm
and real
excited to
quick
keep
too,
reading it.
you said that you watched a few episodes of the anime too, and that it's pretty accurate. It's a pretty accurate representation of the manga, right? It's panel for panel at most points.
Yeah, pretty much. It's panel for panel. I only watched 4 episodes, which was the end of volume 1. And it's on YouTube. It's free.
Oh, wow.
It's subbed and dubbed, so I watched it there, and it's pretty accurate. Sometimes when the art style changes when it gets adapted into anime, it's like not that at all. It's very, very good.
Yeah, that's you showed us a little bit of it before we started recording, and it looked great.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty much it for volume 1. But before we wrap it up, what did you guys think about it? Is it something you want to continue to read? How do you feel about it? So on and so forth.
It's a cool concept. I like all of the details. I just think it was just too long to get to where I'm at right now. Like, if you watch a couple episodes of anime, you're kind of like, okay, I want to keep watching it. I feel like if I only read what I read, I wouldn't want to keep reading. So because I accidentally read more, I think I like it more than I should have. But initially, I didn't really enjoy the first couple chapters because it was very doctor heavy until it started getting to the fucking main shit. So yeah, I
agree. So it's something that now you're into, but is it something that you would recommend to people, or would you?
Everyone has their thing. Like, I know people like isekai. Like, there's certain types of anime and manga that people really like, gravitate towards. If you like doctor shit, this is probably
Yeah.
a really cool thing for you to get into, because it is like it involves that, and also there's like mystery and murder and shit. So if you like a good murder mystery with the twist that you're not really expecting, then I would recommend it.
Okay. Cody, what did you think about it?
I liked it's an example of how like manga and anime, it's not like a genre, it's not a type of story, it's just because this is like it's different than anything else I've ever read or watched, where it's like a TV drama. It has that vibe of I would like ooh
Yeah.
each episode ends on like a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's how I watch shows.
What?
What the?
What? There's more stuff, but the story's not over yet. Fuck! I gotta.
So you would recommend it to people?
I would recommend it. Just know it's not. It's a hospital drama
Yeah.
that becomes a thriller down the road, but down the road.
Yeah. I wanted to say it's like a Grey's Anatomy meets Dexter, but it's not. It's not.
Not
Grey's
at all
Anatomy.
that.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
It has a hospital.
Yeah.
And people are killed.
Those are the only two
Yeah.
things that are in common with those shows, at least. But yeah, I liked it. I agree with both of your points. I think it is very much like a drama in the way it's written. I also do think it's extremely doctor heavy. I don't need to fucking read a medical journal every chapter. I do think it took a long time to get where it got. I did appreciate it though.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciated it. I just the doctor stuff was too heavy in the beginning, but once it picked up and once it started gaining steam, I thought it was really, really cool. I liked that it was taking its time at a certain point to really sell this character's life to me, and especially it took its time revealing its big twist. The main hook of the story isn't revealed to the end of the first volume.
But
I like that about it.
even knowing it just adds tension instead
Exactly.
of like. It's probably better knowing that there's like something building up to it. 'Cause
Yeah, that's true.
for the longest time, it's like, okay, I guess the monster is the public perception that we all must abide to.
Yeah.
I mean, I see where the story's going. I just don't know how much more they could squeeze out of this concept of this like serial killer, like this it's like a Mike Myers type. It's like everyone related to you I'm going to kill, and it's just kind of like it gets kind of old kind of quick. So I'm gonna see how it goes, because I don't know how more interesting it could get, because he's kind of out of that element and there's like a new character involved, so it's kind of interesting, but I just don't know how much they could get out of this guy killing people. It's like kind of okay, cool, we get it, he kills people.
Yeah, and I agree. Like you said, it's an interesting concept. I had a lot of fun reading it once I got into the rhythm of it. And like Cody said, once I started just kind of glazing over the medical stuff, I did enjoy it. I would recommend it, but like Megan said, I would recommend it to someone who I know enjoys that type of story, a more drama, thriller. It's more based in reality, even though it is a little over dramatic when it turns into a thriller. It's very it's a very interesting concept. I liked it. I had fun with it. I think we all kind of liked it, and I think that we would all recommend it, but I don't think it's something we would just recommend to everybody. But if anything we said sounded interesting, check out Monster, and if you already have, let us know what you think about it.
And if you have doubts, just watch the anime.
That's a great point too. Watch the anime because, like Megan said, it's pretty accurate to the manga. So,
Yeah.
And it you can sort of get on your phone when they start going into we need stat.
CCs of
We
stat.
need get the CCs statly.
Statly.
Doctor, there's someone else in the other surgery room that we need to go. What?
That's not how surgery
That's
works.
not how that works.
What are you
Okay.
guys doing in Germany here?
That's going to do it for our review of Monster. Now to get to the good stuff, where we're going to open up our patron supporter, Gotchi Reviews. Thanks again for supporting us on Patreon. If you haven't already, you can go to patreon.com/volume1. But now we're going to open his mystery package sent all the way from Canada, live on the podcast. Like I said, I have no idea what's in this, so who should I give the knife to? Megan?
Definitely not Megan.
Why?
It'll be funnier to give it to Megan. Megan, please be careful.
Oh, you.
Do you not know
That's
how
a
to
terrible
hold,
knife, by the
do
way.
you not know how to hold a box cutter?
It kind of, what's it called? It kind of retracts. Yeah. Yep. All right, give it like if you're just listening and not watching, I'll give you a
Megan
little
is
play-by-play.
slowly opening.
What
Sorry.
I'm realizing is that Megan will never be able to successfully have a unboxing channel on YouTube because
I think people would find some sort of ASMR thing from this.
yeah, I do like the focus on her face though. And
I was like, got caught.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, don't put your hand there.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm also starting to realize that we maybe should have opened it before, like just
The deal is, look, the episode's over. Everything else is bonus.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Right. So I mean,
Great
look,
point.
we did our thing.
We did our job.
Yeah, like you could have tuned out.
I hope you didn't.
We're opening a box. If you don't care, well, I mean, yeah, never tune out, subscribe.
yeah, thank you.
But
thank
I
you.
mean, Megan, that's not how you use a box.
Okay,
cutter.
I'm just trying to open it. There we go.
Oh, she
There's
got it
another
open.
box inside.
Oh wow, I already see a lot of cool
Wow.
stuff.
That's actually pretty cool.
I see a lot of cool
Who
stuff.
wants to open it?
Okay, so I'll pull out one thing, and then we'll all just pull out one thing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You
Okay,
go
so
first.
the first thing I'm pulling out right now is it looks like a pen and ink. It looks like a sketchbook, which I mean, I like to draw. Megan
Yeah.
has some pretty neat doodles too. dude.
I do doodle. That is one thing I do doodle.
But they're really cool, and I think you think I'm joking or something.
I don't
I'm not
know.
joking.
We like your doodles.
Thank you.
I really do like your doodles.
Thank you.
But a little sketchbook. All right, maybe I'll get some. Maybe I'll sketch. Maybe I'll write my own manga. And draw it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Ah.
volume 1 manga.
Volume 1 manga. First thing is a sketchbook. What's the next thing?
I think this is for me because it says Mr. Spooky.
Mr. Spooky.
What is it?
Megan?
Rurouni Kenshin.
You've never heard of Rurouni Kenshin?
No.
Ooh.
I do have to say this about Rurouni Kenshin. Rurouni Kenshin is a great series. It was part of my childhood. I really enjoyed it growing up, and I found out when I grew up that the guy who wrote Rurouni Kenshin went to jail for possession of child pornography.
That'll definitely give this some context.
Oh, wow.
Man, what's up with-
Mr.
yeah.
Spooky. All right, next up,
Mr. Spooky.
Is that one?
we got Jojo.
Jojo?
Gotchi's been telling us to
I think
review
they were
this.
supposed to be labeled, but they fell off.
Oh, did that one? What did that one have on it? What did
This
that
one says
Megan. It's backwards, Cody.
Yeah, this one.
It's
doesn't have the
backwards.
name on it.
Oh yeah, it says Megan.
Okay.
Magic.
Oh.
You got two of these are for Megan. So you got a lot of things.
You know, that's kind of fucking weird.
I don't know.
Gotchi.
Maybe
That's
I'm
kinda
the
that's
weird.
really
favorite.
interesting.
But we do want to. He gave us the hardbound version of.
Yeah, that looks really nice.
This looks amazing. Part 1, Phantom Blood of JoJo's.
Wow.
This we have to review this. Everybody always asks us about JoJo. JoJo, of course, we're aware of how popular and as much of a classic and how everybody's obsessed with it. But it's just one of those things. It's like where to start, and then once you do start, like. You know what I mean? The fan base is there's such a passionate fan base.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to do it justice. You want to give all of yourself to it. So I'm excited to read this and possibly talk about it on a future episode.
Yeah, I'm assuming that was for you.
I'm taking it either way.
Okay, Cody.
Well, I mean, I don't know who this is for, but it's for Promised Neverland.
Promise Neverland, fantastic. That's on the back shelf. You can see it back there.
Yes.
I'm
Promise Neverland
Do
is
you own-
amazing.
do you own the Promise Neverland?
I don't.
You don't?
No.
I have literally all the volumes behind you right there. All the volumes of Promise Neverland. I love Promise Neverland. I think I'm
Hell yeah.
pretty caught up. So we can definitely talk about Volume 1 of Promise Neverland since we've never talked about it before.
I'm very down.
I
'Cause
think
I've
Cody
seen the
would like
anime.
it too.
Yeah, you would love it.
We're definitely. I just noticed.
Oh shit.
Honestly, I think you would like this too. Spider Gwen she has a thing with Venom. I bought that issue, but like the art
a
style,
thing with Venom.
the art style of Spider Gwen is really like fun.
Cool.
This is the Spider Verse. Yeah.
Nice, Mr. Spooky.
Yeah.
Mr. Spooky, always talking about fucking Spider-Man, okay?
Right?
Now he finally got his Spider-Man comic so he can shit.
Oh, I thought this was Spider Gwen. This is the Spider Verse storyline where they fight the Inheritors. And so you get little multi-universe versions of Spider-Man, including like one based on the logic of like manga. So this is like a manga version of Spider-Man, where it's more gadget based, and he's got like impact absorbers on his suit.
Wow.
And it's Japanese Spider-Man because he's very popular in Japan too. So you see him fighting like manga fight versions of his villains. I actually like it.
Oh, great!
Don't say anything. You're winning the game. Don't say anything.
Your eyes went like this. They went two different directions.
We know what you meant though.
You're right. Okay, I'm gonna pull out. We got a lot of candy. So this is a lot of candy. These are coffee crisp, and a lot of these candies apparently you can only get in Canada.
Smarties.
I believe you can only get these in Canada.
Not like Smarties here.
Oh, these are like M&Ms.
These look like. They do look like M&Ms.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never Smarties to me are the little sugar powder candies. You know, like. Does it taste like Canada?
No.
Nah,
They are very M&M like.
Oh, really? They're kind of chocolatey.
They are chocolate.
Oh.
They're Nestle.
Someone's really enjoying that.
Good. Yeah.
I'm assuming this is for you.
These are dice set. Oh my god, these are actually really fucking cool. These are actually really cool. It's a Heartwood Moon Silver because I do
These look
play D&D and I have a D20 tattooed on my arm for anybody who fucking cares. And
Everyone cares. How cute.
A lot of people care and like it.
you're trying to
I'm
score.
one of those people.
You're trying to score bonus points at the end of the episode, but I respect it.
Bonus lightning round.
Totally. Yeah. Lightning round.
Yeah, this is a dice set for D&D. Very cool. Very, very cool.
Look at these cute little Canada pins.
Yeah, we all got one of these.
And we all got
I'm
Canada.
gonna rep
pins.
it.
Where the fuck is mine?
I'm holding it.
Oh, good for you, Cody. Thank you.
Thank you, Cody. Thank you. And thank you,
This
Gotchi.
is
Thank you so much, dude.
awesome.
Yeah, let's give one more round of applause for Gotchi, dude.
Judgment Nights of.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We can use it for everything.
Yeah, dude. Thank you so much, Gotchi, for all this stuff. Hopefully, it was interesting for
Awesome.
everybody watching and listening too. I can't imagine it'd be that interesting for people listening, but hopefully, if you're watching, it's a lot of cool stuff. A lot of Canadian candy, manga, and yeah, this stuff is a lot of fun to us. So we want to also send people things too. We want to do more giveaways and stuff in the future too. So look forward to that.
Yeah, and we're not that upset with how far some of these things were getting sent.
What do you mean?
Yeah, we're gonna do a Christmas giveaway.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Definitely Christmas giveaway. So we had Spooktober. So what would be Christmas for Volume 1?
We will personally make Starbucks cups that say Merry Christmas.
Setting the bar really low.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is there manga based on Christmas?
Yes.
Yeah, we can do like 12 nights of manga or something, you know?
12 nights of manga. I like that.
Now we have to do that because it's a brilliant idea.
Oh.
Cody, it's getting harder. I really like your ability to recognize a great idea.
Do you want me to release the winner?
That was for both of us. Yeah.
Okay, so the winner was Cody because he got you in the lightning round right now. He did get you. You didn't lose any points though. He lost 1. But he ended up with 8 and you were 6, 7.
What a loser bitch you are.
So you almost won.
You weren't nearly as nice as I was, you fucking idiot.
The game's over?
You damned fool.
Yeah, it's over. If you want to continue it and be like a good friend, you could keep going, like not in a ironic way. You could like keep actually just being nice to each other and.
So the game's over though?
Edge of Spider-Verse.
The game's over.
Did you want? I should have teased you with this before because I could have.
You know what, Cody? I don't give a fuck about Spider-Man, okay? I don't give a... Why don't you take your little child pornography, author-written manga, and why don't you shove it...
You want to open that gate when you were a huge fan of Act Age?
I was not a huge fan of Act Age.
You were like, yeah, you were. The next episode, you're like...
You loved it.
We caught a vibe, when in reality, you were like... What you were defending it, you gave it 4 out of 5. I had to talk you. I had to talk you into giving it a lower review because you were like, "It's really good."
We shit on it the entire episode.
We shit on it. You fucking loved it. You try to act like you did it later on. Once you found out, you're like, "Oh my god, we all hated it, right?"
You
That's
guys,
not what
the
fucking
game
happened.
is still going
Go
on.
listen to the fucking episode.
I listened to it. That's how I know.
The game's still going on. The game's still going on. Be nice to each other.
We're nice shirt.
Oh my god, you guys got worked
Maybe
up
I should
there.
do more listening instead of talking.
What?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
just
One more thing. You have anything to add?
Because we're not announcing who the other person we're doing a collab because we don't have that figured out. Is that what I
Yeah.
Yeah. I
just
do, yeah.
know that like they told us to like listen to their podcast. I did because I work at a warehouse, so I have nothing to do. So if you send your shit, it's gonna most likely be me that listens to it, but it will be listened to.
Okay, that is such a not. I listened to it too.
Okay, then Josh won't.
That's
And
not true.
and we appreciate all of the nice comments that you guys leave on our YouTube. We respond to everyone. So if you comment, we'll definitely get a response back very soon. And the support is amazing that we've had for the past couple of weeks.
I keep opening it expecting someone to just be like, you guys suck, specifically Cody sucks. Every time I open the video, I'm like, I know it's gonna happen. It has to happen at some point. It has not happened yet, which means it's building up, and I'm waiting
no,
I
for
think
the
you're
big
asking
one.
for it.
I'm
Open the
waiting for the big
floodgates.
one.
The big one.
But yeah, exactly like Megan and Cody said. If we wanna grow our community together, we also have a Discord and we have a website now that I forgot to mention in the beginning of the episode. But whether you're listening or watching, you can go to volume1podcast.com. There's a link to our Discord there. There's a link to all of our social media, a Facebook group. We want to start our community, build our community, and support everybody. That goes for Gotchi Reviews on Instagram. That goes for Our Gap. That goes for Baka Boys. That goes for everybody. We want to do more collaborations. We're reaching out to some more people. If you have any suggestions, if you know anybody, let us know. Like Megan said, thank you for all your comments. They mean the world to us. Thank you for subscribing and watching.
And at some
check out
point-
all those channels.
And the defeat of our unnamed foe continues.
Yeah. And we will continue to triumph, hopefully, over them. But thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode. Next episode is going to be our first collab. So I'm excited to really do it. I think we're all excited to do it. We're reviewing Volume 1 of Vinland Saga with one of the Baka Boys. I think they're Baka Boys on YouTube. They have a TikTok as well. Very funny dudes. And we'll be doing that review.
And they have a glasses guy.
They do have a
And
glasses guy.
That's
Yeah. And we're going to be doing it over Zoom because they
it's
live in
always
Texas,
a
but that's
third
how it
of
goes.
An amazing trio is one glasses guy.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of similarities between us three and them three. So I think
Definitely. It's like a Freaky Friday situation.
Very Freaky
not.
Friday situation.
That's not what that.
That's not how that
that's
works.
not what that means.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Freaky.
Freaky Friday?
You meant Evil Twins or something. Freaky Friday is a body swap episode.
Yeah, not Freaky Friday, but like, what are the like evil versions in Fairly Odd Parents when they're like the evil fairies? I don't know
but
what
you're
they're
also
called.
calling like maybe it's like the Powerpuff Girls and the Rowdy Rough Boys. you
The
know?
Psycho
Yeah.
Is that the Power Rangers evil
Yeah.
version?
The Psycho Rangers.
Mhm.
Or
You would know that.
Or it's like Rugrats Wild. Rugrats Go Wild when like the Rugrats meet up with
The Angry Beavers?
no, not the Angry Beavers. The show with the Wild Thornberries.
Oh, I remember that.
Crossover.
Crossover episode.
It's going to be a crossover, epic crossover, 3-night, one. Well, it's going to actually be multiple video event, too. We're going to do
Yes.
tier lists. We're going to do all the things. So, again, we can't thank you enough. We've thanked you a million times, but thank you again. And I think that's going to do it for today's episode. So we have to go out on our outro that's always the same and never changes, which today is...
Man, I instinctually just looked at you.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know.
Okay, so
Could be Guillermo del Toro pitching some sort of movie.
well, it's doctor stuff, right?
Yeah.
How about we need you to subscribe stat?
When your ICU
yeah.
be active.
When your ICU be acting crazy. That's a deep cut.
It's a very deep.
I
cut.
love that.
Yeah.
I love that so much.
That would be hilarious.
I was amazed that like, god damn, I can't escape the ICUs.
It's a hot bit, dude. It's a hot bit. We can't say like, we need 50 cc's of 50 cc's.
Give me 50 subs stat.
That's good.
Okay.
Give volume 1 50 sub stat.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. We'll do that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I'm excited. All right. Thank you guys as always. If you're watching, if you're listening, subscribe. Patreon.com/volume1, volume1podcast.com, @volume1pod, all that good stuff. We love you. We appreciate you. And until next time, give me
volume 1.
No, give me 50 cc's.
Megan, you came up with it.
I said give volume 1 50
Oh, we
cc's, 50
fucked up.
sub
We fucked up.
stat.
We
Okay,
fucked up.
okay,
We
let's-
fucked up.
Well, this is all part of it.
Yeah, this is all the
part of the
outro.
outro.
Okay. Until next time.
Give
me
volume 1 50 sub stat.
Yeah.
Give me this stat. my god.
Most Statly.
He's
Most
gonna have a
Statly.
baby soon. His wife's pregnant and he's
Oh,
gonna
that
die.
makes
Oh no,
Nice.
he's flatlining. Oh my god, there's nothing we can do to save